Hey Arlie, here are the forms that we're going to go through. The first is the residential listing input form. And so it will go through the type of listing it is and the parcel number, address, all the information here. And then again, just the property features, lot dimension, year of construction, things of that nature. Basement information, the heating type, cooling type, water and sewer. And then the information about the house, bedrooms, bathrooms, etc. When I go for the photos, I will fill in this here. I'll take measurements of the rooms and list out the type of flooring. And then this is not an HOA, not a condo, that doesn't apply. This is what's going to be listed in the listing. I may update that once I get pictures. And then the broker's comment, we're requesting advance notice and that the neighbor will be present when the homeowner is there, as well as if the septic has passed and that you are preferring it as is sale. And so you're going to sign that form there. That's the first document. The next one is going to be the residential property disclosure, meaning that you are an executor, so we do not have to fill in the property disclosure. You're exempt from filling that in, and you're just going to sign that one there. And this is the consumer guide. It lets you know who works for who in a relationship. I believe I've handed you a couple of those brochures, but this is acknowledging at this juncture moving forward, I will be working for you in this transaction. This is saying that I did hand you this brochure. You have a copy. You're just going to sign there, and I've signed the bottom. The next one's going to be your estimated expense sheet. So after reviewing the property, my recommended list price is $50,000. I think that is going to be the best starting point. If we do not get enough action on the property in the first 2 weeks, I would recommend a price reduction. So the list price, if we listed it at $50,000, the expected fees would net you $43,507. That does not account any mortgage payoffs or any liens. So that would be subtracted out from that number. When we do get an offer, I'll fill in this side here based upon what it's actually sold for and what you will net in case that number is different. Again, I'm recommending to start at that 50,000 mark, right on the nose. That's going to hit people that are shopping from the 20 to 50 and the 50 up. So it's going to hit a larger demographic of people shopping. If we don't see enough activity in the first 2 weeks, I would probably recommend a price reduction. This is a lead-based paint pamphlet. I'm required to give that to you. It goes over all the information about how lead-based paint is terrible for you. The home was built in an era where they were still using lead-based paint. This is acknowledging that I've handed you this brochure. You can read through it. It's fairly lengthy. And then the next one is going to be the actual lead-based paint disclosure saying, hey, you know what? We've never tested for lead-based paint. I don't have any knowledge that there is lead-based paint. I don't have any reports or documents saying that there's lead-based paint. And it's acknowledging that you don't have any information pertaining to that. The next one's the affiliated business disclosure. Our company works with two specific companies, Commonwealth Suburban, which is our title company. This is their fees for closing, which have been factored into that estimated cost sheet. And then also People's First Financial is a mortgage company that we utilize. That doesn't apply to you so much as if we have a buyer, they may be using our affiliate lender. But this is saying, hey, Commonwealth Suburban Title Company, they're an affiliate of Berkshire Hathaway. We can use them if you like. Their fees are listed there. That's what I based the estimated cost fee. But we can use any closing company that you prefer if you have one that you would prefer. Pop up. All right, from there's an anti-fraud disclosure. This is saying do not wire funds unless you know who you're wiring them to, just because there have been some scams going around. Once you wire funds, they are gone. In a sale of your nature, there is no reason for you to wire funds. So definitely don't wire funds to anybody. And then next, anti-fraud is the actual listing contract to sell the property. And I am recommending the 50,000 price point. I do have to put in a date here when the listing is going to go active. So I did schedule with the neighbor. I am going on Monday to take photos. I can have the property listed by Tuesday, or if we want to do Wednesday, Thursday, whatever makes sense for you. The day it goes active, though, it should be available to be viewed. So if we need to coordinate that with your mom, I would like to fill in a date that the day it goes active and the day after that it is available to be viewed. So let me know when you want that date to hit. And then the brokerage commission, we're doing the minimum, which is $4,395. So it's just the minimum fee. A portion of that $4,000 gets paid to the agent that brings the buyer. They get the $1,700. All of that is factored into this $4,000, and that's also on that estimated cost sheet. And this is saying that we do have marketable title to convey this property and sell it, and that you are authorized to make these signatures, and that we are providing the proper disclosures. Essentially with you, again, we're going to use the property exemption form because you're the executor, and we've provided that lead-based paint as well. This is saying that you are not aware of any encroachments, easements, or pending lawsuits, foreclosures, divorce actions, bankruptcies, etc. on this property, or any pending assessments, meaning that Salem's not going to put streetlights up on the whole road and you are obligated to pay $20 for the next 3 months or anything. So if there's any assessments, we have to list them here. That there's no backed taxes, utility, mechanics liens, health code violations, or condemnation notices that you're aware of. If you are aware of any of these, check this box and fill in here. Otherwise, you're just going to initial here and leave this blank. This will be listed in the multiple listing service, and that's going to give it access to every and any agent, as well as it will go from the MLS out to all the local Zillow, Realtor.com, all of those online sites. This is authorizing me to put a for sale sign in the property, and that I am going to utilize a lockbox that only agents will have access to. It's not going to inhibit any of your mom's or neighbor's access to the house, but it's an electronic box that will hang on the door. Agents will scan their code. It will release a key. So I will need a key. Unless you are absolutely certain that your neighbor will be at every single showing, in which case I will not need to do a lockbox, so you can let me know. This is saying we don't have video surveillance on site, and we're not going to opt into this 10,000K program. It costs you $250. It does give agents an opportunity to win additional funds, but at this juncture, I don't think it's going to be worth your time and money to opt into that. If we find out we need a super quick sale, we can always add that on. It does give other agents a little bit more incentive to show the property. And this goes over the fair housing laws and your obligations as an owner. If the property is unoccupied, that you're responsible for winterizing the home so that there aren't any broken pipes or anything like that. You're personally not currently moving. I don't need to refer you out. I will help you find your property when we get things moving. And additional terms, we do want to make sure that we have advance notice to show the property, and an authorized party will be present, being your neighbor there. This is saying that you read this to the full extent and that you agree to the terms. You're going to sign that there. And I think that is the last one. Another pop-up. Home warranty waiver. So this is saying you can add a home warranty on the property if you so choose. I don't necessarily recommend that for this property. It's $694. So I am recommending that you waive that at this time. But if you do want to add it, you can switch it over. It would cost you $694. Essentially, with the home warranty, if something were to go wrong in the house, you'd pay a $100 deductible. They'd come out, repair or replace within reason. It's not an end-all be-all though. So if you've got a 1930s furnace, they're not just going to give you a brand new furnace if something goes wrong. It is entirely up to you, but at this juncture, I'm recommending you waive it. If you want to add it, you certainly can. Again, the cost would be $694. Okay, that's it for documentation. So you're just going to look through that, sign it at your leisure. I do need to fill in the dates. So if you just want to let me know when you want the property to go active, and that would be a date that I could show the property as well. All right, take care.